Chapter 9. And as he passed on, he saw a man blind from birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he should be born blind? Jesus answered, Neither has this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of God should be manifested in him. I must work the works of him that has sent me while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Having said these things, he spat on the ground, and made mud of the spittle, and put the mud as ointment on his eyes. And he said to him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is interpreted, sent. He went therefore and washed, and came seeing. The neighbours therefore, and those who used to see him before, that he was a beggar, said, Is not this he that was sitting and begging? Some said, It is he. Others said, No, but he is like him. He said, It is I. They said therefore to him, How have thine eyes been opened? He answered and said, A man called Jesus made mud and anointed mine eyes, and said to me, Go to Siloam and wash. And having gone and washed, I saw. They said therefore to him, Where is he? He says, I do not know. Verse 13. They bring him who was before blind to the Pharisees. Now it was Sabbath when Jesus made the mud, and opened his eyes. The Pharisees therefore also again asked him how he received his sight. And he said to them, He put mud upon mine eyes, and I washed, and I see. Some of the Pharisees therefore said, This man is not of God, for he does not keep the Sabbath. Others said, How can a sinful man perform such signs? And there was a division among them. They say therefore again to the blind man, What dost thou say of him, that he has opened thine eyes? And he said, He is a prophet. The Jews therefore did not believe concerning him that he was blind, and had received sight, until they had called the parents of him that had received sight. And they asked them, saying, This is your son, of whom ye say that he was born blind. How then does he now see? His parents answered them and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind, but how he now sees we do not know, or who has opened his eyes we do not know. He is of age. Ask him. He will speak concerning himself. His parents said these things because they feared the Jews. For the Jews had already agreed that if anyone confessed him to be the Christ, he should be excommunicated from the synagogue. On this account his parents said, He is of age. Ask him. Verse 24. They called therefore a second time the man who had been blind, and said to him, Give glory to God. We know that this man is sinful. He answered therefore, If he is sinful, I know not. One thing I know, that, being blind before, now I see. And they said to him again, What did he do to thee? How opened he thine eyes? He answered them, I told you already, and ye did not hear. Why do ye desire to hear again? Do ye also wish to become his disciples? They railed at him, and said, Thou art his disciple, but we are disciples of Moses. We know that God spoke to Moses, but as to this man, we know not whence he is. The man answered and said to them, Now in this is a wonderful thing, that ye do not know whence he is, and he has opened mine eyes. But we know that God does not hear sinners. But if anyone be God-fearing and do his will, him he hears. Since time was, it has not been heard that anyone opened the eyes of one born blind. If this man were not of God, he would be able to do nothing. They answered and said to him, Thou hast been wholly born in sins, and thou teachest us? And they cast him out. Verse 35. Jesus heard that they had cast him out, and having found him, he said to him, Dost thou believe on the Son of God? He answered and said, And who is he, Lord, that I may believe on him? And Jesus said to him, Thou hast both seen him, and he that speaks with thee is he. And he said, I believe, Lord. And he did him homage. And Jesus said, For judgment am I come into this world, that they which see not may see, and they which see may become blind. And some of the Pharisees who were with him heard these things, and they said to him, Are we blind also? Jesus said to them, If ye were blind, ye would not have sin. But now ye say, We see, your sin remains.